Ben Brown, Evolution Martial Arts, Sparks, Nevada, with Jared. We're doing guard passing. So I'm going to show you a headquarters drill that Marcelo Garcia teaches. Headquarters, you might see it called other things. Salo and John J. Ribeiro and now I just forgot his name. One of their main students, it'll come to me in a second. They call it headquarters. Some people might call it something else. I don't even know if Marcelo calls it headquarters, but that's what it is. It's the same position. I don't care what you call it. Okay, so I'm standing, he's seated. I want to pass his guard. I don't want him seated. He has too much mobility here. He has too much ability to connect to me in ways that can sweep me and such, can expose my legs, things like that. I want him on his back, right? So I'm gonna, this is a Marcelo thing. I'm gonna get right on his forehead. I'm gonna shove and follow, okay? So I'm taking up this space. There's this moment where Jared's on his way back right about now. He has no base. I'm taking advantage of that. Before he can set up a guard, scoot this way a little. I'm following whatever hand shoved, pins. I'm looking to sit on his ankle right here. This is my base. My hand is like covering his knee like this. This gives me a lot of options, okay? And I'm pinning his sternum. I'm trying to sit on his heel. I want to put his heel on his butt, so I'm taking away his leg press strength. I've also got some connection, this leg right here. I'm kind of pressing into his leg here. Look, it's gonna differ, whoever your opponent is, what their body type is, and kind of how they move. You're gonna have to adjust to that. But I'm telling you kind of what you want. And then I saw a lot of this today in class. I don't want him to be able to grab my head. So I want to be here. Good posture, right? I'm kind of offset because I'm sitting on his heel. This gives me options. So the first part of the drill, when you're teaching this or doing it, is getting to headquarters. I say shove, follow, pin. So like, as soon as he hits the ground, I want this pin here. This is not gonna last very long. You're not just gonna sit here and take this, right? You're gonna start moving. So I'm gonna see what Jared does. My guard pass is gonna be based on his reaction. If he does nothing, like I get here and nothing's happening, he's not really moving, my first thought is, I'm gonna lift the inside leg behind me, shove his knee out of the way, and get my knee on the other side and look to go to knee on belly, right? Most people are gonna try to hip out into open space, and when they do that, they open this inside space, and that's where I get my side control. I get that far side underhook, consolidate my side control, and then whatever you like to do from side control. So we'll do that again. Shove, follow, pin, nothing, right? My leg's out of the way. It's actually really beautiful when Marcelo does this. He's so flexible. I get my knee in, I'm on knee on belly. He goes there, side control. In our class, to turn this into a flow drill, I'd say this person escapes however they want, and your goal is to get back to seated guard. Go. Doesn't even matter, we're just flowing here. We're not fighting. But I'm giving Jared something to work against, right? So the first part of the drill is for me. As soon as I'm in knee on belly, actually as soon as I'm in side control, the drill's for you. So we both get something out of it. Do it 3 times, and then we switch roles. Simple. Okay. Sometimes, especially if you have shoved them down a few times, they're gonna do one of a couple things. One, they're either gonna really lean hard and not let you shove them. Cool, then I just pull on the head. This isn't part of Marcelo's drill, but like, I'm pinning his hips. The whole point of guard passing, the way I teach it, pin the hips, move around or over the pin, okay? So, when I shove and follow, all this connection I have is pinning your hips. Okay? if you choose, you're like, you're not shoving me back, then I pull your head forward and that pins your hips. Against someone good, you're never just gonna circle that easily. Like they're gonna move their head and stuff. But that's the premise, okay? So let's say I do shove him back and he knows he wants to be sitting up. So he sits up immediately before I can pin. He's already sitting up. I'm gonna catch this, because this is predictable, right? I shove, he sits back up, I get under this elbow, I get his head, and this turns right into a knee slice. I'm shooting my knee through, and I wanna get my leg under his shoulder. Two options from here. I can just turn and go to side control, and this is awesome because I'm already in this inside space. Or, if I'm here, I am always going to scarf with all its options, right? So many options. Just very quickly, running through a few of those. Scarf is the best. Oh, I missed one. I missed two. If there's punches at all. Nasty. Look up the Ronda Rousey fight. I was telling the class about this. Hip toss, boom, lands on her 11 in a row until she went limp. The fight went like 27 seconds. It was a championship. The power of a hip toss in the scarf.
She's got a fight coming up.
It was amazing. She should not fight anymore.
She is.
It's over. Okay, so sit for me. So let's do this a little more, somewhat normal speed. He sits back up. I'm through, right? I have all my options here. I didn't go to this one. It's a little Kimura there, right? There's so much cool stuff. So, knee slice. It's a timing thing. You can almost let them sit up. Like if you notice that they're trying to sit back up, knee slice them. You got to create that space. So it's not about going fast, it's about going at the right time. It's about going early. We talk about this all the time.
Being smooth.
Smooth, wider, right? Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. This is a dude who was in gunfights for his life. Another person you might want to study on the aspect of timing, Musashi. Here's a man who was in 63 sword fights to the death and never lost. That's someone worth studying.
Definitely.
Maybe a psychopath, maybe a sociopath. Also, it's how it was in Japan around, late 1500, 1600. That's just what you did. But this dude knew a thing or two about timing. And he wrote it down in a book called The Book of Five Rings. Worth studying. Bruce Lee, another person who talks a lot about timing. Here's the one that I like best because I'm old and I prefer pressure. So sometimes you shove them over and follow. Turn this way a little bit for me. So you shove and follow, you get to headquarters, and you've done this thing where you pull your leg back a few times and he's like, nope, not this time. So he grabs your leg with his legs. It's like, not going anywhere. Cool. That's part of why we have the hand here, right? So I'm just gonna turn my hand on the side. I'm gonna start shoving, and I'm thinking I wanna put his knees together and both knees on the mat from here, right? So I get my hand, now my hips are behind it, and I'm like on his thigh right here with my hips. A lot of times, let's turn this way. They'll try to hold your leg with this foot. I can either pin it here, or I can use this other foot to unlock it and rotate around. And I end up in this position. Cool. Seatbelt. This nice position. Kimura. So many good things from this pin. I love this pin. Also on the street, I can pop up to here, scan, I can break anytime I want. I love that. if I get to headquarters, there's about a 90% chance I'm gonna do this pass, whether you grab my leg or not. Because it's intuitive, it feels kind of easy, right? So one more time, let's turn her in this thing, yeah, just like that. So I shove, follow, smash. I'm just looking to smash his knees, right? Free my leg. I'm gonna work to consolidate my pin. Maybe you can take the back from here, right? There's all kinds of stuff. If you want to see it done better than this, look up Marcelo's. Because he teaches this exact sequence. There's one other way he does it that I don't do as much. He's a lot more nimble than I am. I mean, he's one of the best in the world who's ever done this. So if this interests you, you're like, ooh, I want to learn more about that. You can just look up headquarters. Rafael Lovato is the other guy. He has a whole course on headquarters. I think Saulo Ribeiro also has an entire course, and so do other people.
Joseph Chin.
Lots of people, right? And each one's gonna like tweak it a little. They're gonna have a little detail that they use that they like. Don't just memorize headquarters, understand why it's working. You're limiting their hip mobility, and you're also taking away the strength in both legs temporarily. You have to do something with it. And the cool thing is, you're putting them in a position where there's only a couple of responses. If you get to a good headquarters, they only have a few things they can do. And then you're prepared for each of those few things. You see it starting to happen, and you react immediately. That's timing. That's what timing is. I know what you're gonna do. I put you in a position where your options are predictable. And I have a quick, effective response to each one of those options. That's the best. And if you're a lower belt, a white belt, or a blue belt, that's how the upper belts are beating you. They know what you're gonna do because they know what you have to do, right, to be effective. And so they don't even oftentimes have to move very fast. The guy that owns this school, Jason Swanson, he doesn't move fast. He can, but he's been doing jiu-jitsu like 27, 28 years, something like that. He doesn't move fast, he just moves early. You roll, Jason?
Yeah.
Right? It's incredible. It's like, how is he doing this? Timing. Because he puts you in positions where he knows what your options are. And then he does whatever he wants off of your option. He's famous for his arm drags. I know he's gonna arm drag me. I've been doing jiu-jitsu 14 years. He taught the second class I've ever taken, that I ever took. And he still arm drags me. How? Because he puts me in positions where the arm drag's available. When I defend it, he does the other thing. Usually an under, I mean, it's crazy. His jiu-jitsu is so simple and so effective. And that's what I want, right? And headquarters is a great option for guard passing. And more guard passing to come. You got anything?
What's up?
Right on.